Okay, so after Mario made his part 4 video where he said he was going to take time off YouTube to work on himself, he followed up with a Vigilant Pharisee video just 2 days later where he explained at the end of the video that this is his YouTube channel and he can put up videos when he wants to, and if you don't like it, then don't watch and let him do what he wants. And then he follows up a couple days later with a video titled "Am I Gay?" where he defends his heterosexuality and shifts the blame for his current scandal on yet another person other than himself. This really sounds like he's taking a break from YouTube. Let's check out the video.
Now, if you haven't heard, there's been a recent scandal that I am responsible for. I unfortunately got myself caught into a really bad situation with a woman that I believe is a complete Jesus snake.
Oh, so this is all her fault. Okay, yeah, makes sense. But I thought you were so happy this happened and it was going to work out for your good. And this whole thing was God disciplining you. But Mario, if she's at fault, why would God need to discipline you? And if she's a Jesus snake, what are you?
I should have known better. If you looked at her Facebook profile, she even had in that little description part, bad, B-I-T-C, whatever, female dog. And she didn't show any of the fruits of the Spirit.
She didn't show any fruits of the Spirit. Oh, you mean like you? So you did? What fruits were you showing?
And so we ended up in a conversation that ended up being sexual and sexting, as you would call it. And so this Jesus snake ended up letting me know that her fantasy was a threesome with 2 guys.
Oh, really? Is that how it happened? Well, on the conversation I saw posted, it looked a little bit different. It looked like you were actually the one who proposed the whole threesome fantasy with another guy. When you brought up the idea of a threesome, she assumed it was with another girl. But then you corrected her and let her know, no, I'm talking about my guy friend. Let's take a look. I can't show the whole text exchange because there's way too much profanity, so I just zoomed in on the part that didn't have the profanity. So I'm going to put this in context for you and translate this to a PG version. So basically, Mario said, I want to be with you at the same time as my friend. And she assumes that he meant with another girl. And so she's like, oh, you can do this to me while I do this to her. And then Mario responds, I meant me and my guy friend. And she's like, oh, And Mario replies, It really looks like Mario's hating this. So I can't actually show you what is said next, but basically Mario asks, want to see my friend's pic, and then he sends a nude pic of his friend Eric, then says what he wants her to do to both of them at the same time, and then says, we will take turns on you. Then he asks her if she wants to perform an act on his friend with him at the same time. Now this sounds like homosexual behavior, and this text here displays it was in fact him who initiated a threesome with a guy. So not only did you get busted when she leaked all of these messages, but now you're getting busted again for lying. It seems every video you make, you get caught in another lie. So why don't you stop making videos, because this is embarrassing. You say you made this to set the record straight, which would be great if you could set the record straight with the truth, but instead you're telling more lies because you're still trying to save face. You're too fixated on YouTube. You care too much what we think. You need to be answering to God, not us.
Being the lustful, lost person that I was in that moment, I played into the fantasy in order to receive from her the photos, the videos, etc., which worked. I'm not proud about that, but I do want to clear this up. I'm not a homosexual, neither are my friends. Those are not real pictures of my friends. They're random photos that I found on Google to send to play into the fantasy so that I could receive from her the photos.
That's not what it looks like according to what you said in this message here.
Now, I'm completely ashamed and disgusted at myself for such a behavior.
Okay, here's another part of the conversation between Mario and this girl. She says, "I have an extremely dirty mind." And Mario replies, "Love it, babe. Want to see more of Eric?" Now, does that sound like someone who is disgusted and ashamed?
I can't even explain to you the guilt, the condemnation, and the shame that I've been feeling, and I'm trying to process that and work through that recently. But I needed to make a video here to let you know that that's not my friends. We're not homosexuals. We've never gotten together.
I hate to break this to you, but we do have the impression you are in fact bisexual. We have the impression Eric is bisexual. We have the impression you have naked pics of him on your phone despite you denying it. We have the impression you and Eric have engaged in homosexual acts together. This is the impression we have after seeing your text and pics exchanges with this woman. If we have gotten an inaccurate impression, so be it, because there's really no way to prove otherwise. If this was a court of law, you'd be found guilty of homosexuality. Denying it profusely does not help your case. The best thing you can do is leave it alone. God knows the truth. If you and Eric truly have not engaged in these acts, then God knows it and you're good. But from what the internet has seen, the evidence suggests you and Eric have engaged in these activities. At this point, there's nothing you can really do to convince us otherwise. It matters to you way more than it does to us. I mean, we don't really care. It's between you and God. Our life doesn't revolve around you and the activities you partake in. You need to let this thing with YouTube go.
And this is the danger when you listen to people on the internet who take advantage of a story like this to create a sensational video that gets views. And
oh, you mean like your entire YouTube career?
So long for you. I'm so